So I took Jen's advice and reached back out to my OB because Jen never steers us wrong. Let's be serious. And I was like, okay, I hear you're saying that pelvic congestion is common, but what are my options? I do not feel okay. And like this has gotten to a point where like last night I was like literally laying in bed in pain and I was like, I'm just so uncomfortable. So backtrack, I've now had 3 doctors look at my results. My OB, obviously, a naturopathic doctor I see, and I went to my PCP last week for something else and just was like, hey, since you can see that whole report, like, what are your thoughts and feelings? Both my naturopathic doctor and my PCP said, go get the CT scan. It's worth it for your peace of mind. Get cracking on that deductible, girlfriend. So we're doing a CT scan in a couple weeks. And I was like, in the meantime, what are my options? And obviously my like normal PCP, Western medicine type doctor and my naturopathic doctor had 2 different pieces of advice that I'm kind of looking at. My PCP was pretty much like, let's just try to like go with ibuprofen for a little bit. Once you have the CT scan, send me a message. We can talk and figure out like what you want to do if you don't feel like you're being supported by your OB. She also said hormonal birth control could be an option to help with the cysts and stuff like that, but like that's really just not something I want to do. My naturopathic doctor suggested seed cycling. And then we talked about other like things I can do on my own to help with all of this stuff. And the seed cycling would be like more so for the cysts. My PCP said there's like not a lot of research behind that, so I don't know if it's a route I'm necessarily going to go down. She was like, honestly, at the end of the day, you're just eating some seeds, so if they help, they help. If they don't, like no harm, no foul. And then my naturopathic doctor also said like pretty much one of the only things you can do is like stimulate blood flow. So going for walks, cycling, doing lower body exercises, things like that. And both doctors recommended like alternating hot and cold. So like a heating pad with like an ice pack, hot baths, things like that will just like help stimulate blood flow to that area. So for now, that is our course of action until the 16th when I have my CT scan, and we'll see what they have to say. But am I the only one that had never heard of pelvic congestion syndrome? I'd literally never heard of this before. And we're just going to learn about it together, I guess.